people already have the solutions, right? I was telling you about, earlier of an event I went to in Europe, and it was a day that was specifically for a group that makes a good deal of money, and there was 7 hours of hot seats. And here's this guy, older gentleman, right, and had achieved a lot in his life. You could tell, and had ownership in a really successful business in South America, and he had this challenge of raising a certain amount of money. And he got to the mic, and all he did was make excuse after excuse after excuse of why he didn't have that money and why he couldn't get it. Okay, it didn't go into just a very simple switch in psychology of asking the question, how do I get it? And it was interesting, just over and over and over, he just kept getting to this point. The solutions from the two people that were running the actual hot seat, okay, this solution, that solution. As you thought about this, did you do this? Did you do this? No, because of this. No, because of that. Over and over and over and over. And then finally, the guy that was the actual head moderator said, okay, I'll write you a check for $10 million right now. Pitch me on your business. And he couldn't do it. So why couldn't he do it?
Because he didn't know what he wanted, or why he wanted it?
He was in his own way. He was his own worst enemy. All the solutions were there, which is the point of why I'm telling the story. He knew what to do. He knew he had to go do, okay? And ultimately the hot seat ended really well, right? But that question was the catalyst, right? I'll write you a check right now. Pitch me on your business. So he didn't have a good pitch, right? That was there if he was asking better questions, right? The people that would actually fund the deal, they were there. He came up with them. Right? It was just, he was in his own way the entire time. All it was an excuse of why he couldn't, rather than how could he.
And how did that end?
He made a commitment that he was going to pitch these amount of people like the next week.
And so it was a matter of like.
Well, first off, there was two decisions. Are you going to sell the business, right? Or are you going to continue the business? That was the first big thing. I left that one up. Okay, so he decided to keep the business and actually meet with these people that would fund it.
So what was the big shift that happened in that individual? Because
questions they asked themselves.
But what you described is that this person couldn't pitch it because they had no reason why behind it. So what shifted in that individual?
He, I would think, made the decision that he wanted to continue the business. I think that was the main challenge that he had. Should I sell or should I keep it?
So for me, it is sometimes I just pick an aim because I have to get up and start moving.
Yeah, you got to make a decision. That's where it starts.
And then it's finding meaning later and refining later. I
agree with that. I agree with that because do we really know what our aim is? Do we really know what we're after? There's not this one thing. It's a journey, right? But you need to decide something and take action on it. And in that action, you're going to experience more of what you want. And then you set another aim, another goal, and then you go to that point. I believe that there isn't necessarily this one thing that we're supposed to do in life.